like the way the media is covering this. You go and just story after story after story after story. And, Google, it's just you type in a topic or go to Google News. It used to be sort of half and half, some conservative, some regular, then it was 2/3. And now it's just, it's NPR, it's MSNBC, it's CBS, it's just all liberal. You have to actually put a conservative outlet into the search for it to turn up anything like that. But it's all people rooting for Trump to fail, with the exception of some in the conservative media. I think the Washington Times has been great on this. The National Review has been terrible on this. I don't know if anyone even cares about them anymore. The Wall Street Journal has been terrible about this, both the news division and the editorial page. I think they're trying to ruin the news division, it seems. They're trying to, it's actually very difficult. It's increasingly difficult to tell the difference between the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times, just the headlines. You could mistake one for the other. I enjoy checking the New York Times just because I like reading what.
I hate read them. I still have a subscription. Have it every Sunday. I get the paper delivered to my home. I hate read it.
That's so I don't actually subscribe, but I just sort of want to know what neurotic women and emasculated males on the Upper West Side in Chelsea are worried about today. And literally, I think I was up to about 12. The first 12 headlines were about Trump. But maybe just dividing this into two. One is the media has clearly decided they're going to freak out about Trump again. And, 90% of their coverage is about Trump. This man lives rent-free inside their head, to use a cliche. In the conservative media, it's a pretty small bunch still. You still have never Trumpers, maybe not as many as you used to. But, for example, just defending trade on his tariffs and the economics of, wait, with the exception of the Smoot-Hawley, which was only during the 30s, most of American history had modest tariffs. They worked pretty well, actually. It's not protectionist per se to have some revenue generation come from trade. And the balance of trade has been pretty bad since tariffs dropped below 10% in the 1970s in the Nixon administration. Just finding people to make that argument, it's not a big crowd. So I don't know. What do you think is going on with the media? It seems not to be responding to market signals here. Beneath the surface, is it doing that?
No, and I think that it's such an experiment because it hasn't been done in recent ages. It's a total decoupling from the establishment groupthink, the Washington groupthink, and so it's hard to have people be like, this is what he's doing. This is how because there's nothing to look back to in recent history to see this is when this worked then. And the Trump administration, to their credit, are going back to their first term in office and said, those steel and aluminum tariffs, they didn't spike inflation. All of the tariffs that we put on China at the time, inflation didn't spike then. And by the way, Joe Biden kept those tariffs going. But there is uncertainty, even for me, and I love Trump, and I'm an enthusiastic voter. I'm willing to endure whatever short-term pain because I've got faith that ultimately his strategy will be executed. But when he paused those last week, I'm like, oh, do they really know what they're doing? I mean, when he came out on Liberation Day with those charts and those numbers, and none of them really made sense. And I'm like, okay, well, this is not an apples to apples comparison. They're including tariffs, but they're also including things like VAT taxes and other barriers to trade that specific countries put on U.S. goods. But it wasn't clear or concise. And so I just hope all of this market chaos, to use the Democrats' word, will be for nothing if he doesn't see it through. But then, Mark, that goes to your question. What does success look like? Does it look like, we've got shipbuilders here in America opening up brand new plants and making these huge cargo ships? Does it look like, old manufacturing in Michigan, car manufacturers coming back? And that's where I'm going to get a little confused. Like, what sort of manufacturing renaissance does he want? Now, NVIDIA making their chips here, that is the AI, that is the next generation. But is it factory working like we envisioned it back in the day? I don't know. And when will that come to fruition? That won't come to fruition for many years. These investments take many years to break ground, to build, and Trump only has 3 more left, right? He's term limited. So then does the next administration come and and uproot everything that he did. That's why it's so important. And I don't see the Trump administration doing this to work with Congress to solidify everything that he's doing right now within legislation. And we don't even have a renewed Tax Cuts and Jobs Act yet. The one big beautiful bill, no one knows what was going to be in that one big beautiful bill. But all the work that he's doing could be undone in just 4 short years. So why would, business titans and leaders put all billions of dollars or trillions of dollars in investment in the United States with that uncertainty?